Raider Nation. Let's take a trip to South Beach. Roster spots are on the line.
5, 6 easy. Touchdown Raiders.
Competition is heating up. It's ball out with fallout.
Takes off to the goal line. Touchdown Stidham.
Who will make plays and make their name known?
Here we go. Raiders preseason moving us ever closer to the start of the regular season. Tonight, South Florida and the Miami Dolphins getting set to take on the Raiders as the position competition starts to heat up as well for Las Vegas. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Beth Mullens along with Rich Gannon, Matt Millen. A lot of ground to cover, guys. The coaching staff in particular. All eyes on the offensive line and the defensive lines tonight. But there's also some really good competition around this offense as we talk about this quarterback room that, of course, features Derek Carr. But then who else might we see?
Beth, it's a great quarterback room. It's a healthy quarterback room with three quarterbacks that can all play. We know about Derek Carr, but Jarrett, Stidham's looked really good in the preseason. And so is Nick Mullens. I was really impressed with what I saw from him last week. And keep in mind, this isn't a rookie. This is a fifth-year player. He's got 17 career starts under his belt. He's completed 65% of his passes. He's been in a lot of big games. He's had the opportunity to be around good coaching and good players. Obviously, spending the time with Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco. So you kind of got a player that's, I wouldn't say polished, but has experience. I think you could see that last week. He looked comfortable. He was poised. He was accurate. He made good decisions. And that's your job. And I think he's really put himself in a position to be in that conversation to make this football team.
I think you're right, Rich. The one thing that stuck out with me is his versatility. He can run, he can throw the ball, but he's got poise. Poise is the one thing in all quarterbacks. If you have it, you got a chance. If you don't have it, you got no shot.
Yeah, we will not be seeing Derek Carr tonight, but we will see Stidham. We will see Nick Mullens as well as Chase Garbers. The big issue here is, will they keep 2 or 3 quarterbacks moving into the regular season? Another fun topic for Raider Nation to discuss, Matt Millen, is just how deep the wide receiver room will go. 5, 6. We just saw a touchdown catch there the last time out for DJ Turner.
Yeah, you look at that wide receiver room, and we're not even talking about Devontae. We're talking about the rest of them. And when you talk about the rest of them, you start talking about DJ Turner. DJ Turner turned in a gem last week, and it was the way he did it, right? So a lot of it is special teams. You can put him in a slot. He's got a little bit of magic. You can put him outside. He's got versatility. That's the biggest thing with DJ. He's 210 pounds, so you can put him out of the running back spot and put him in, start throwing the ball out of the backfield and that type of thing. He's a guy you're going to have to keep your eyes on. I think he's going to be a pretty good piece for this offense.
And Matt, you talk about, in order to make this football team, we always say it's the more you can do. And I think you look at his position versatility. I think he can play inside, he can play outside. You're trying to find who's that guy that's going to be able to take that place of Hunter Renfrow if for some reason he can't play a week or two, that can go in the slot and function inside. It's a much different game inside than it is on the perimeter. And as you point out, the return game is such an important part. We talk about the battlefield position, kick returns, punt returns, an area where the Raiders weren't as good as they needed to be in 2021.
We're expecting to see a lot of DJ tonight. Also, along that offensive line, some young guys with a chance, a big opportunity to raise some eyebrows, if you will. One of them is Dylan Parham, who is going to be in the starting lineup up front as we check out the draft class and the guys that we'll see tonight. Thayer Munford is out this evening, but everybody else should be on the field.
And I think you look at, what Dave Ziegler tried to do, right? They wanted to get some big bodies on the offensive line and the defensive line. They drafted 2 offensive linemen, 2 defensive linemen, 2 running backs. I mean, some good, healthy competition, Matt. And like you said, it all starts up front in football. You got to be strong down the middle.
So the thing that I like about Parham is the fact that he has versatility as well. And so here's a rookie, and he's just coming in. He's a guy who can play center. You'll see him there tonight. He can play guard. We'll probably see him there. He can also slide outside. So what he needs to do is get his eyes right. That's the biggest thing from Parham, because it's just a step faster than it was. You can't anticipate. You have to start anticipating. You can't wait on anybody moving.
Just about set for the opening kickoff. Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Jason Sanders set to kick it away. Miami winning the toss and deferring, so the Raiders will receive to get things going. Darius Phillips is one of the deep guys, along with Austin Walter. The up man, the tight end, Nick Bowers here for Las Vegas. New England next weekend, and that one through the back of the end zone. So a few things to keep an eye on, guys. We've already talked about, some movement along the offensive line, but also an opportunity possibly tonight for the quarterbacks to air it out a little bit. They want to see how they do down the field, and it'll start out with Jarrett Stidham.
It's a real good test because the Dolphins are going to play their starters early in this game. So just for this offensive line to get a chance to go up against the starters, for Stidham and some of these receivers to get a chance to go up against the top cover corners, I think it's going to be a good opportunity, good evaluation opportunity for this Raider coaching staff.
Play action on first down, and the throw out to the 40-yard line. A bit behind the receiver, Ty Johnson, but he makes the catch. And that's good for a first down to get things going for Las Vegas.
He threw a little bit behind the receiver because the quarterback saw that safety sitting right in the middle who would have knocked his head off. So it's a nice job of ball placement, throwing him open to the backside and keeping him away from the big hit.
And those receivers appreciate that, Matt, stopping them in the hole. The one thing you can't do as a quarterback, you can't lead a receiver into a head-on collision.
Oh, you can, but it's not pretty.
I've been known to do it, but not a lot. I pride myself on not getting my guys hurt.
Two tight ends here, and Zamir White will get the call, trying to go off the right side. Picks up 4 or 5. From left to right up front, Illuminor, Parham, James, Cotton, and Leatherwood.
This is a big night for both these tackles. Illuminor and Leatherwood on the other side. Leatherwood's got to pick it up a little bit, I believe. And Illuminor is an interesting guy. He's a big-bodied guy. He's been around the league enough. It's time for him to show what he's got.
Maybe in line for that swing tackle position behind Colton Miller on the left side, and still to be determined on the right side. A deflection at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete. Nick Needham was the guy that got a fingertip up on it.
And here's what Josh McDaniels was talking about. You're going to get one-on-ones across the line of scrimmage. So you've got all 5 that are going to come. And so you have some type of man-free coverage. But this really, from an evaluation standpoint, Matt, there's no hiding. I mean, there's no doubles. It's just singles across the board.
Absolutely. And you have to protect inside out, right? If you're a tackle right now, you're in a passing situation. Illuminor on the left side, he's got to move his feet better.
Kenyon Drake is the third down back. They will go to Johnson, crossing underneath, trying to fight for first down yardage. And he's got it.
Yep. Nice job. Nice job. And the quarterback doing a good job of getting rid of the ball out of his hands pretty quick. You're going to see him. All it is basically a drag route underneath. And so Johnson has great speed. That's what separates him. He's got like 4.3 type of speed. A nice hit on the quarterback. He stood right in there and knew where he wanted to go with the ball.
I like the fact that these receivers, we're going to find out about how these receivers do against press man-to-man coverage. You'll see a lot of it tonight early in this game against this Dolphins secondary.
A couple of catches for Johnson. That one good for 10 yards, and then the sack. Stidham goes down. Helmet goes flying. Good pressure. Raekwon Davis up the gut along with Zach Sealer.
What you're going to look at is just some stunting going on inside. Looks like they were going to have a screen. And so part of the screen is timing, but the other part is when to let the guy go. They let him go, and not so good timing.
No, Lester Cotton got beat across his face and that real quick. The quarterback had no chance.
So a loss of 8, second down and 18 here for the Raiders. Play action. Stidham again forced to step up in the pocket. Heaves it downfield. Incomplete.
Good coverage.
Down to the 25-yard line looking for Isaiah Zuber, and it was Needham on the coverage.
Needham was right there on top of him, stayed right on his hip. No separation. He did get forced to step up in this thing. It's just good coverage.
Love to see the receiver keep working back. I tell these young receivers all the time, keep coming back to the quarterback, keep coming back to the ball. You catch the ball with your hands extended. Don't let it get in on your body.
DJ Turner slotted right, the guy we talked about in the open. Drake out of the backfield. The pump, and inside the 45, down to the 41 to Jesper Horsted.
Well, they split the safety, so the middle's open, and Horsted did a nice job of finding that hole right in the middle of that field, and he had time to be able to throw it. And they're going to go for it here.
They got 14. They needed 18, so a 4th and 4.
Again, you're getting a lot of five-man pressure. So just look at this line.
Up, Rich. Take a look at it.
Just see the box. That's 7 right here.
They're locked up tight, so it's a man. Tight end beat him.
Stidham.
Good throw.
And the pass is caught inside the 30. Horsted had a man right in his face, and he hangs on for the first down.
Yeah, he beat him early, though, and the ball could have come out a little bit sooner. But Horsted did a really nice job on his one-on-one, and that's what you saw. It was just man coverage, and they're bringing 5. You're going to watch Stidham does a nice job of standing there. He knows where he wants to go.
He starts outside. He starts to his left. He comes back inside late with his eyes. It's a pretty good accurate throw. Off balance.
Gain of 15. White cut down in the backfield. Good push by Andrew Van Ginkel. Again, working against a lot of starters.
That's about eyes right there, Rich. You see the guard pulling. Lester Cotton's pulling. He's got to get his eyes up quick. And he didn't.
Yeah, it just happened so fast,
right,
Matt.
Exactly.
He's pulling, and before he can even get there, I mean,
First to show.
The end man on the line of scrimmage is right there. It's
trying to keep the drive alive on the 10th play. It's the end around to DJ Turner, and this speaks to the versatility you're talking about for a guy that could play wide in the slot, even bring him out of the backfield.
Yeah, I'm impressed with DJ Turner. I think he's got some guys are just faster on film. You time him and you go, oh, you look faster than that. You know, so Marcus Allen was a guy like that. You know, you just looked at him and you say, doesn't look that fast, and he runs away from everybody. I think this guy's got that same.
He's very instinctive, but the other thing that you can really see, Matt, he's got some toughness to him. As you said, he's 205, 210 pounds. Not very tall. He's 5'9", but he's not afraid to stick his nose in there.
Stidham. Again, Keelan Cole this time. Down just shy of the goal line for the Raiders. Let's see where they actually spot him down here. 1st and goal, though, coming up.
Watch how quickly the ball comes out. Watch the decision. He gets his eyes on the target right away. The ball is quick.
He knew exactly where he was. He had man coverage with outside leverage. You know the inside's going to be there. That's just smart. That's good, smart play right there.
19 yards, another double-digit toss. He's 5 of 7 for 72 yards. Looking for a red zone touchdown.
Good looking drive.
One of the things they've been emphasizing, and White punches it in. Impressive start to the game for the Raiders, with a few 3rd down conversions and even a 4th down get.
Yeah, that 4th down was a big-time play by Stidham, and a nice job of the tight end down in the middle. That's just good football all the way around. And right here, look, White is a tough sucker, man. I just think you're going to see a lot out of him. This is a good, tough kid out of Georgia. I like what I'm seeing out of him.
It was an impressive drive going up against the starters. Most of the starters from the Dolphins. Great-looking drive. 12 plays, 72 yards. Took just under 6 minutes. Very impressive start for the Raiders.
Extra point is good. Credit One will be donating $2,000 to local charities for every PAT the Raiders make this season. Proceeds will benefit Las Vegas After School All-Stars and the Boys and Girls Club. 12 plays, nearly 6 minutes, and a 7-0 lead. Well, the Raiders sending a strong message and a big finish to that extended drive for Zamir White, the 2-yard run. A dozen plays, and they held it for nearly 6 minutes to open up this ballgame.
And once again, Jarrett Stidham looks sharp, 5 of 7, 71 yards. 4 completions, over 10 yards.
Biggest thing is that 4th down. Great poise in the pocket.
Josh McDaniels told us earlier today they wanted to get off to a fast start. They wanted to really set the tone, knowing that they would be playing against a lot of starters. That's former Raider Lynn Bowden back there, who will take a knee in the end zone for the touchback. Let's revisit that scoring drive.
Well, get off to a good start. We'll play action early. Some really good throws, but Matt really stood out to me. I thought the pocket was clean. He had the ability to step up inside and set his feet.
Yeah, that first third down, he had a little bit of pressure there that he got sacked on. And then after that, they were fine. But I thought poise. We talked about it at the start of the game. If you've got poise, you got a chance. If you don't have poise, don't even apply. It's
too hard.
You're not going to make it.
All right, a challenge here for the Raiders defense, facing a lot of the Dolphins starters, including quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and running back Chase Edmonds. And Edmonds is greeted in the backfield by one of the rookie linebackers, Darian Butler, who alongside Luke Masterson have a massive opportunity here tonight.
Yeah, you're going to see him on the outside. He's going to come in. Now, he's not a real big kid. He's kind of a little squatty body, but he does a nice job here. Just nobody blocks him, so you better make the tackle, right?
You love those kind of opportunities, don't you, Matt? They don't block you, and you make the tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, that's nice. He's had a good camp, too, though, Rich.
Yeah. No Max Crosby or Chandler Jones tonight, but Jonathan Hankins returns. Up front, Rock Ya-Sin, Anthony Averett in the secondary for the Raiders tonight. And the pass is caught by Durham Smythe, the tight end. Trying to fight for first down yardage.
So much talk down here in South Florida about the quarterback situation. Tua Tagovailoa. Can he play and can he push the ball down the field? Can he be a more accurate thrower of the football? They went out and got Jalen Waddle this year. The big deal was to go out and make the trade with the Chiefs to get Tyreek Hill. They've got a lot of team speed, which is going to be a good test, Matt, for this Raiders secondary.
Yeah, you're sitting up against the zone there. He's got to know where to go with it right away. And he does. He does a nice job finding that tight end and sitting in the zone. Let's see what they give him here right now. This looks like they might be a man right here. And they are.
Under the direction of their new head coach, Mike McDaniel, the offensive whiz from the 49ers. Tagovailoa buys some time and dumps it off to Chase Edmonds out of the backfield for a first down. But we have a penalty flag on the near sideline. Out in front of the Raiders bench.
He had good coverage there, and what you also had was a mobile Tua, and he made that play. His legs made him be able to complete that pass.
John Hussey, our referee tonight.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, defense, number 26. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
That's Rock Ya-Sin, who's battling for a starting job at corner, involved in the trade with Ngakoue in the offseason.
I don't know. I know it's past 5 yards, but it's away from the action.
It's preseason. You're going to get that.
Rock just returned this week. And a few other big names. Tagovailoa had to bury that one. Jonathan Abram was coming in at him. Abram could see a lot of time here early. No Duron Harmon tonight. Or Trayvon Merrick at the free spot.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys. He's a player, and he's got feel for the game. He's got game. You know, he's one of those guys. Understands the physicality of that position. Understands where he has to be. He's a smart player. Jonathan Abram, pretty darn good.
And he's much better and much more comfortable, Matt, down in the box.
Yep. Play action, wide open.
Goals drops it off to Mike Gesicki out of
I won't even say it.
Pennsylvania State University, fifth-year man.
It used to be linebacker here. I think it's tight end now. I'm not sure.
Hey. Gesicki has great hands, and he's very athletic. He has great range. He's, he's not the toughest guy, so you don't want to put him in line. You want to keep him on the outside, and that's exactly what they do. But he's a talented guy.
All right, let's see what they do here on third down. Josh McDaniels also spoke to us today about alignment and assignment up front, and that tackling would be at a premium against these Dolphin playmakers. And the pass incomplete. It was unexpected, intended for Gesicki, and it's fourth down.
And he saw the safety there. Not a real good effort to the inside, I would say. Nice job of man coverage. The pressure was okay, but the coverage was better. That ball's right there.
Yeah, your guy from Penn State, man, looking out in front of him. He wants to make sure he's not going to get waylaid.
Remember what I just said. That's the truth.
You don't have those alligator arms going for the creamery back on campus, I'll tell you that. Thomas Morstead is on to punt it away. Darius Phillips. Coaches also talked today about ball handling at a premium here in South Florida. the heat and potential rain or winds that tend to blow through on occasion. 44 yards on that punt, no return. Raiders, impressive drive the first time they had it, second time through coming up. Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Raiders over the Dolphins 7-0. 6:11 to go here in the first quarter. Well, the NFL mandated 85-player limit for active rosters went into effect earlier this week. Let's take a look at our Shift 4 transactions. The releases, the waived, and then the signing of another defensive frontman, Jordan Jenkins.
You bring a veteran guy. You know, I always hate this time of the year, Beth. It's hard. You know, guys come into training camp, they work hard, and this is part of the business. Matt was right there this time as a general manager. Those are tough decisions.
They'll have to make 5 more cuts on Tuesday after this game as Tyron Johnson has it for the 3rd time tonight. Gets out to the 15-yard line. Again, they're playing against the starting front 3 for the Dolphins of Wilkins, Davis, and Ogba.
What I'm interested in, really, I'm looking at the receivers. Okay, so I'm looking outside, see Ty Johnson. Talk about DJ Turner. There are good players here. And these guys are going to stay in the league someplace. They're good enough to play in this league.
Keelan Cole is the other guy out there right now. On the ground for the Raiders, and Zamir White. 4th-round pick out of Georgia. He was the leading rusher for the Dogs the last couple of seasons. Of course, last year, national championship in Athens.
Another good player. Got some toughness to him. Runs behind his pads. He's just one of those players that when you watch him play, you're like, the kid's got game, right? You just got to find a spot for him. Sometimes there aren't spots for him, and you have to try to create stuff. Not easy to do.
Daniel says he loves that he's hard to tackle and just relentless. Looking for a catch out of the backfield.
Always falling forward.
Looks like he's got the first down yardage. An injured Dolphin at the tail end of the play. It took a couple of Miami guys to bring Zeus down.
Yeah, that's a nice play, and they're gonna high-low you out of that bootleg action. Yeah, you're gonna take a look. You're gonna see DJ Turner come. He's gonna get high up here, and you have a low underneath here, and so you just take your pick. And so he does a nice job. White just gets open. Defender can't get there in time. Just right where the ball needs to be to pick up the first down. This offense looked really good so far.
And you know, it's fun when you sit there and talk with the head coach, Josh McDaniels, and he gets real excited about that running back room.
Defense number 27. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. Automatic first down. Timeout.
So an injury to a DB and a penalty on another DB. Keon Crossan favors the Raiders, and we'll be back in a moment. Each week throughout the regular season, the Las Vegas Raiders, in partnership with Intermountain Healthcare, will proudly recognize local youth football players who have made an impact on their community. So stay tuned for September 9th, where we will recognize our first Intermountain Healthcare Player of the Week. 7-0 Raiders. They have a first down just outside the 20. It is the same front 5, and that means Jermaine Illuminor will get another go out at left tackle.
Yeah, and so Illuminor is one of those guys who's fighting for his job. It's his 6th year out of Texas A&M. You know, he can play both guards. He can play both tackles. He's starting at left tackle. And this is a big game for him.
Drake gets the carry and the cutback out across the 25. Big night for Drake, too. Amir Abdullah is not here. Brandon Bolden is not here. A couple of other guys that could be options on 3rd down and special teams.
They got a deep running back room. I mean, this is an impressive group. So, they may not all be playing here, but they'll be playing.
Yeah, there's a ton of talent and versatility, Matt. We've been using that word a lot. I mean, these guys can do a lot of different things. I think you're looking for the ones that not only run it well, protect the football, but can participate, be active participants in the passing game, and it starts with protection, right? You can't put a back in there that can't protect.
Another guy with a national championship from Alabama, played 4 years here with the Dolphins. Stidham looks his way out of the backfield, trying to make a man miss, and gets shoved out of bounds by Jerome Baker.
I think one of the biggest differences with this offense as compared to what we've seen in the past with the Raiders. The running backs are going to be a lot more involved in the passing game. There's going to be a lot more touches, a lot more screens, a lot more quick throws. We're going to get these guys out on the perimeters and a bunch of wide routes and flat routes. And I think the backs that can, here's a good look at Nick Lombardi, the offensive coordinator, but you're going to get a good sense of what this offense is going to look like in terms of the passing game as it relates to the involvement of the running backs.
3rd down and 3. Stidham with time, looks to the outside, and the overthrow of Johnson streaking down the near sideline. It's 4th down.
You just got to give him a chance. Pretty good coverage there, but you got to give him a ball he can go up and make a play on.
Nice job by Ty Johnson on the outside, right? Here's the top, little stutter, and then he hits the speed. This kid can run. Now, he missed that throw. It would have had to have been a really good throw, but he had a chance at it. I've been impressed with Stidham, though. I don't think there's any question about the depth of this quarterback room as well, Rich. I'm impressed. This is probably the deepest room this team's had for a while.
Yeah, and you look at the history that he has in the system, man, having come over from the Patriots. He understands protections. He understands concepts. You can see a quarterback that's playing fast running the system.
Exactly.
He's hit on 70% of his throws here in the first quarter. Good for 80 yards. 7-0. Raiders, Dolphins. Tua back out there, and will he be testing Anthony Averett and Rock Yassin? Let's spend a little time on the 2 corners right now for the Raiders. Back and healthy again at practice and now into the preseason games. A couple of off-season pickups and a pass caught by Trent Sherfield, the 5th-year man out of Vanderbilt. Good for a 1st down and a gain of 16.
Nice patience by Tua right here. You're going to see just getting his hands on him. He's playing in the zone, and you're just sitting down in that zone. But Tua did a nice job of letting that thing develop. He came out and he came on a little bit of a rollout, and he had it, but he just let it develop a little bit more and made the throw.
Raiders talked about simplifying some things defensively tonight. Just playing a handful of fronts and coverages, just really trying to focus on technique and fundamentals.
Averett, another Alabama guy, was a starter last year for the Baltimore Ravens. Edmonds, shifty, able to juke his way out to the 40.
A little bit of a counter OT action right there on that offensive line. And when you play that counter, you got to redirect really quickly and get back outside. And you got to get good support from that safety spot.
This is one of the teams, Matt, that spent a boatload of money in free agency. I mean, they broke the bank. They signed a bunch of running backs. They signed a Pro Bowl left tackle, Teron Armstead, Tyreek Hill. A lot of money in free agency on the offensive side of the football.
Tyreek Hill coming over after 6 years with Kansas City.
Raiders not at all disappointed, Beth, to see him lead the division.
No. Traded in March after the Raiders picked up Devontae Adams from Green Bay, and that set the dominoes in motion. How about the run defense tonight for the Raiders? A bit iffy the last time out. And what we heard a lot from you the last couple of days, Matt, and from the coaches, be a part of the wall that they want to build up front.
Yeah, so that's what it's all about. It's really about discipline of scheme. And so when you have that, and it takes time, but that's a nice blend between the linebackers and that front seven.
Out of the backfield, Edmonds breaks a tackle, and he's got the 1st down. Myron Tagovailoa-Amosa, the rookie undrafted free agent out of Notre Dame, missed him. As we enter the final minute of this first quarter. Dolphins moving the chains here.
He had a chance right there, but even if he makes the tackle, he's got to make that tackle. And if he does, he still has the 1st down.
Raiders 33. Tagovailoa looking for an option. Dumps it off. Down inside the 30 to Gesicki. Diving inside the 25-yard line and a gain of 8.
Raiders playing mostly a zone. And so, if you have time to throw, you're going to find a hole in the zone. There's no question about that. That time he went through all the way to his last option.
This is the end
flat
of the first quarter.
Dolphins on the move, but it's the Raiders with the lead, 7-0. 1 quarter complete. You're watching Raiders football, presented by Credit One. As always, Raider Nation travels well as we get set to start the second quarter. 7-0. Las Vegas in front. Miami right now on the move. Raiders 91 yards of total offense. They had 6 first downs in that first quarter to outgain Miami. Scoring on that first possession, a 12-play drive with a 2-yard touchdown run for Zamir White. Dolphins starters still out there. Tagovailoa under center. Gives to Sony Michel, the longtime New England Patriot. Last year a Super Bowl champ with the Rams. And Jonathan Hankins, who's back off the PUP list and back in practice this week, makes the stop.
Hankins does a nice job, as does Lancaster, and then Luke Masterson cleaning things up in the back end. This is a nice job. So when you're playing run defense in this scheme, you got to take your guy, and first you have to attack him. Then the second thing you have to do is control him, and then you find the football. Hankins does a great job with that. And then he's right there on top of it. Did a great job of controlling the defender in front of him. It takes a lot of good leverage and good hand strength.
10th year now out of Ohio State, projected as one of the starters at defensive tackle. The other news for the Raiders, although he's not here tonight, guys, Bilal Nichols also returning to practice this week. Another guy who's projected to get a lot of time in the middle.
Hankins has been doing it for a while. He's just tough. I mean, when he's on his game and he's playing with good leverage, which is really, he's a really squatty body, and he's hard to block. He's just one of those guys. He's just tough. Stays low, plays well with his hands, does a nice job of getting into you.
That was the new DC, Patrick Graham, looking on. Boy, they feel so much better with those guys returning in the middle. Has really, in the words of Coach McDaniels, changed the dynamic this week. Even though their practices, the intensity ratcheting up as guys fight for spots at defensive tackle.
2 very good padded practice days this week. And Josh told us that we're learning about where we need to make more progress. But we get some really competitive practices, and that's where you find out about your roster. You know, who are the players that can really help you.
All right, let's see what they got here on a 4th and 1 from the 24-yard line.
That's about maybe a foot, maybe less than that.
Michel, the lone setback.
You're going to take that A-gap right there right away, or you're going to run right at it. Oh, they jumped off flag.
Can't have that.
It's 4th and 5 now.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
That's Larnell Coleman on that left side.
A little antsy. There.
Yeah, so he wanted to get into him. Just a little bit too fast.
He had 2 tight ends over there to help him as well. And now instead of going for it, they will try for 3. Here's Jason Sanders on to attempt the boot. On its way from 45 yards out, and it is good. Dolphins get on the board. Early second quarter, maybe some Nick Mullens coming on for Jarrett Stidham when we come back. Ball cap is on for Jarrett Stidham. Apparently his day is done. 7 of 10 through the air, 80 yards, and will likely give way to Nick Mullens.
And the earpiece goes in. You know, these quarterbacks want to stay engaged. They want to hear the play entry. They want to be able to get a mental rep. That's why we see a lot of these quarterbacks with the headsets on during the season.
Rich, I think we're in pretty good shape here for the Raiders quarterback spot. The running game, I think the running back room is good. I think the receiver room is good. I think the quarterback room is good. They got to straighten out that offensive line. I think the Raiders are in great shape on the offensive side of the football.
Hey, it's time for the connection of the game, brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Came out early and was dead on, and he made this next throw coming up was my favorite. He wanted to go outside, and at the last second he threw a dart right to the tight end across the middle. So I think he played a nice quarter of football. I think he's earned that time right now.
So here is Nick Mullens, a fifth-year man out of Southern Miss, a free agent pickup from Cleveland. He appeared in one game last year, has played in both of the preseason games thus far. The handoff to Zamir White, Clayton Fetchel with the tackle.
It's unusual when you bring in your third quarterback and he's got 5 years of experience and he's got 17 starts under his belt. I mean, it's a great situation to have. You can always say you can't ever have enough experience in that quarterback room, and I think Josh McDaniels just likes that group overall.
They've got 4 on the roster right now. Do they keep 3? Do they try it with 2? Derek Carr returning for his 9th season at the helm, of course. And the pass underneath to Keelan Cole, another one of those guys fighting with DJ Turner and Tyron Johnson, a position competition. Matt Hollins is not here. He's the other guy that may have already secured a spot along with Adams and Hunter Renfrow.
Nice job of sitting down. He's just going to sit up 3rd and 4, but see if they can convert this 3rd down. Again, they're in tight man coverage. That's what Manny likes to do.
3rd down and 4. It's a catch for a first down, and more Cole across midfield and into Dolphins territory. Taken down by Keon Crossan, but not before Cole picked up 22 yards.
Yeah, so here's what you got to see. So you got the guy in the middle, right? Everybody's on the outside, okay? And so leverage is what you want to do to get to the inside. So he gets to the inside. He beats his guy off the line of scrimmage. Now you have to beat that safety. Generally, if you can get off him and that guy's been run off, you got it made. Outside leverage with the, see how the outside playing to the safety inside, it's like a gimme throw. And when you're in man coverage like that, and when you guys get to the line of scrimmage, your eyes light up.
You love it. You want to see that. You love that you love that combination, those slants versus that man coverage.
Cole, 3 catches now, 44 yards on the night. And another injured Miami Dolphin, the second cornerback that has gone down. That's Keon Crossan. Back in a moment. Beth Mullens along with Rich Gann and Matt Millen. The penultimate preseason game. 1 more to go. New England coming up next week. They will also have a couple of scrimmages during the week against Bill Belichick and the Patriots. A big growth opportunity coming up.
And I think they were excited about that.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're getting most of their work with the starters in these scrimmages.
Mullens hit as he attempted to throw it. It's incomplete as the pocket started to collapse around them. John Jenkins with some heat.
Jenkins, who they just picked up. Tough kid, physical kid. Always was one of those guys. You can see him coming inside.
Look at Leatherwood gets walked back into the quarterback. That push up inside.
Got to have some position strength. Got to sink the rear end and create an anchor.
Yeah, they've got John Simpson now in at left guard, and Parham has moved over to the center spot, where he would serve as a backup in a lot of those positions, and Leatherwood gets beat around the edge. Porter Gustin gets to the quarterback.
You're just going to see Leatherwood right here. He's the tackle, and he's got to come off the ball. Matt, we talked about using the hands better. He's late with the hands.
Got beat right away. Yeah, that second step he didn't get out. He didn't get it, and missed with that first punch, and he got overextended. Once you get overextended, you got him. That was just speed that beat him.
Loss of 7, 3rd down and 16. Mullens takes a hard shot, gets the pass away, and it's caught by Drake. And that'll be well short as he gets stacked up quickly, and the punting unit will have to come on.
We talk a lot about playing with confidence as a quarterback, but Matt, along that line, Leatherwood, just playing with confidence, right? Playing faster, using those hands, I think sometimes he gets off to a bad start, and it just really impacts what happens the rest of the game.
And looky what we found here, off a pick on the inside. They do that all the time. And so this is one of the pickingest fronts in football. And if you're not ready for it, and it's about your sets up front, one guy's got to be a little bit deeper and give yourself some room to maneuver. And then you got to pass things off and anticipate.
That was a point of emphasis coming in for the offensive coaching staff. Trying to deal with those picks from the defensive front. And now the Raiders defense will head back out there. Here's what we've got coming up. Another roster reduction, 5 more cuts on Tuesday. That's also the first of a pair of joint practices with the Patriots in Las Vegas, out in Henderson. Then the Week 3 matchup with New England, and then that final roster move down to 53 players August 30th.
Well, that's tough. Man, that's uncomfortable for the players. Even the players that make the team, Matt. You know, you come to the locker room, you see a guy cleaning out his locker. It's just it's tough for the coaches. It's tough for the general manager. It's tough for everybody to say bye to your teammates.
Regular season starts September 11th at the Chargers. And then the Raiders home opener at Allegiant September 18th against Arizona. The cutback for Savon Ahmed, third-year man out of Washington.
Just looking at Teddy Bridgewater. He's been on a lot of football teams the last couple of years. Carolina 2 years ago. Last year he was in Denver. This year he's in Miami. It's bounced around the league a little bit.
Fifth team, of course, had that horrific leg injury early on in his career. Had a nice outing last October against the Raiders, threw for over 300 and 3 touchdowns. As he took over the starting job in Denver. Bridgewater on the rollout. Taken down in the end zone. Did he get the pass off in time? It was Curtis Bolton, the middle linebacker, coming after him.
I don't know.
Got a Raider
I don't know if there was a receiver in the area. That would be a safety, and the officials are talking about
the flag.
That was well done.
As the officials talk about it, the athletic trainers and the doctors getting out, and it is the newest Raider, Jordan Jenkins, who was just picked up this week.
Oh, here he is, right
after his release from Houston.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 5. Since the foul occurred in the end zone, results in a safety.
Well done.
So there you go, a safety for the Raiders and the hard-charging Curtis Bolton, the second-year man out of Oklahoma. And another one of those undrafted free agents. You know, there are only 6 linebackers on the roster right now, only 3 here tonight. Is that the group, perhaps? They're going to go 5 or 6 deep there.
That's
with the
question.
2 rookies.
Yeah, and they got the 2 rookies, Butler and Masterson, playing well and learning. They're just learning. And they're not a finished product by any means yet.
Of course, Denzel Perryman, Jayon Brown, and it would appear Divine Diablo, who has made tremendous strides, would be the top 3 guys.
Jenkins is down.
Yeah, not a good sign here for Jordan.
Great sign, though, that they scored on defense. You know, I have a note here. You talk about every touchdown scored by the Raiders the last 2 seasons has come from the offensive unit. Now, think about that. Nothing from the defense and special teams. It's been over 40 regular season games since their last score. And that was a pick 6 off of Phillip Rivers back in 2019. And so the way you win football games, obviously you got to score points on offense, but be able to create negative plays on defense, be able to take the ball away, put your offense in a position. And again, Matt, those interceptions, forced fumbles, sacks, and a safety. More of that from this defense in 2022.
So Jordan Jenkins assisted off. He was the guy that had the middle penetration there. And then Bolton able to wrap him up.
It's a nice job by Bolton. Come from inside out. He burst at the end. Knew he had an opportunity to get it, and he got it.
Interesting look here from the Raiders with the safety. The kickoff, or the punt, I should say, will come at the 20-yard line. So it's Phillips and Turner back around their own 20-yard line. It's in the direction of DJ Turner. Set up for a return here. And we'll get back out around 30. And that's where the Raiders and Nick Mullens will get it going again.
DJ Turner's got some game. He's one of those guys, we talked about him earlier, with versatility. Really a Maryland kid, and he ended up going to Pitt his last year. And he comes on now as an undrafted free agent, but I just think this kid's got a lot to give to this team. There's a lot of talent there. I think they can unlock it.
White will start out in the backfield here for the Raiders. A couple of tight ends. We've seen a bunch of this 2 tight end alignment here in the first half for Las Vegas. Mullens under duress again and able to find a man underneath. Good drop off there to White out of the backfield. And a gain of 7.
So when you go to 2 tight ends, it balances your front. That's the first thing. Second thing it does, it should help your tackles because you have an extra guy there. And then it also should help a little bit in your run game. You can see where your strong safety is if they're going to drop down. They're playing a lot of man stuff here, but they're also getting crushed on the inside. Those defensive tackles from Miami just walk the guards back.
You get both. You get the center and the 2 guards covered. Kind of an eagle front, so you're going to get a bunch of one-on-ones.
Another slant incomplete. Johnson broken up by Mackenzie Alexander.
Alexander was all over him.
Didn't create enough separation at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes those receivers get a little antsy. They want to get in there quick.
Another change up front. Jackson Barton now at left tackle, but Dylan Parham is the guy who moves the center. He can play all 3 of those spots inside. Still getting up to speed when we talk to the coaches today.
That's so unusual, you know, that you have a player that can play the center, both guard positions, even jump him out the tackle. Played a lot of college football, and you love that about Parham.
Too many men in the huddle. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
A 4-year starter at Memphis. Actually played 1 season at tackle. The rest was spent playing both the guard positions, and now you see him at center. You know, Matt, you talk about your guy that's going to make the football team for sure, but you know, you love the fact that he can jump in and play center. He can play the left guard position. He can play the right guard position. Position versatility, especially along the offensive line, absolutely critical.
Especially you got him playing center as a rookie. That tells me he's a smart guy because they make all the calls.
3rd and 11 out of the gun. Mullens to Drake out of the backfield. And he's hauled down short. Fedulum is there to make the play, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, so that offensive line right now, they're getting pretty beat up. They're getting pushed back. They're not giving the quarterbacks a lot of time. At least this iteration right now of that offensive line.
It is a group minus Colton Miller, the projected starter on the left side. No Brandon Parker, who hasn't played since the first preseason game, and no Thayer Munford, a couple of guys fighting for a spot on the right side of the line. Everybody else, though, it's kind of who they've got that's getting a chance. Bolden takes it off the bounce and ducks out to the 24.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things you want to do if you're on defense, you want to be able to get on the scoring side of that scoreboard. Curtis Bolden does a nice job right there, just coming right through, picking up that 2 points. Add 2 for Las Vegas.
Get a lot of guys some quality minutes tonight. See what they've got as you check out our look from the Goodyear Blimp. Road tested and game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear. More driven. Beautiful night here in South Florida. Meanwhile, back in Vegas, of course, unmatched when it comes to entertainment. Here are some of the upcoming events at Allegiant. Rich is ready to let his locks down for a little Leopard Crew Poison Joan Jett scenario.
You know it, Beth.
Matt's
I'll be in the front row.
Yeah, Matt's on that yellow brick road with Elton John, and of course the Pac-12 football championship coming up in December. A little flip pass, the backhander from Teddy to Ahmed.
Well, great pursuit.
A nice job by Bolton getting off the block. Really nice job out in the flat there, and he's able to just throw that blocker to the side, get in on another tackle.
Abram bringing some heat on the quarterback at a loss of 3.
Yeah, see how he got out there quickly. Well done by Bolton. 2 nice plays.
Good angles, good pursuit. Yeah, a lot of white jerseys to the football.
Kyle Pecco, another guy that got after it, the 4th-year man out of Oregon State, looking for some work at that defensive tackle position.
John Knaver sneak it down again.
He's showing it. Here he comes.
Here he is, trying to get off the edge. Bridgewater. Good block in the backfield to buy him some time on Abram, but Braylon Sanders will come up short of the marker.
Abram was on Ahmed right there at Salvin Ahmed, and he hit him with a nice headbutt. That's a good job.
That's Myles Gaskin on the receiving end.
Nice. He did pick him up, but
too much cushion between the receiver and Sam Webb.
right.
3rd down and 3.
See if he tightened up a little bit.
Forward in front for the Raiders. Masterson flirting with an edge rush at the top there. They're back up into coverage. And an opening for River Craycraft for the 1st down. Picks up 13.
Bridgewater's going to start to his right, comes back and finds Craycraft right across on top of the football, a little hook route between the linebacker and safety.
I'm not a big fan of the zones and the short stuff. And I'm sure we'll see Graham do a lot more tight cover stuff in season.
Bridgewater slings that one incomplete. Looking for Mohamed Sanu across the middle.
Mohamed Sanu. Records guy, I think.
Yeah.
Been around for a while.
He's thrown a couple touchdowns in his career, Mohamed Sanu. Used to play for the Bengals, 11-year vet.
This could be a formidable group with Sanu joining Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, Mike Gesicki, tight end, Cedric Wilson, another guy they brought in.
It's all about the quarterback, though, Beth. You know, I just don't know. Tua's had a lot of change around. This is the 3rd year where he's had a different play caller.
Is it Tua time? That's the big question here in South Florida. And the deep ball Bridgewater to Craycraft, who hauls it in.
A nice throw right on him. Craycraft that didn't have much separation. That ball was right where it needed to be. One thing you're seeing, he's on the top. Look at this. That's a pretty good, that's a heck of a throw right there.
Got away from Sam Webb. Gain of 20.
Got to get some more pressure inside.
1st and 10 from the 38. Did beat the play clock. The end around of Sanders met in the backfield. To Sean Bauer.
He's played pretty good the last couple. Last week he played well. Made a big play early with a sack, and this is a good job of getting off a block. He does a really nice job. Watch him get in on the block and then get rid of him.
Well, he's not folding. He's going to throw the tight end out of the way.
Yeah. Let me just say this, okay? If a tight end blocks a defensive lineman, you should hang your head in shame as a defensive lineman. He did exactly what you should do to tight ends.
Ends up a loss of 4. Quick hitter to the edge. Sanders. Open field tackle made by Amik Robertson.
Nice job by Amik Robertson. Does a nice job staying inside out and then just runs him down. With both hands on that guy.
18 games for Amik in his first 2 years with the Raiders. Boy, Nate Hobbs has looked so good.
Nate Hobbs
is that nickel? Is Amik the guy that could back him up? Does Nate go to the outside this year?
Nate Hobbs is just a football player. That kid born to play this game.
Gesicki, ball pops out. Big hit from Abram, and it's covered up by Masterson. And now they're going to rule that an incomplete pass.
He's right where he needs to be. Gesicki, he turns, just doesn't hold on to the ball. It's a nice job of separating the ball from the man right there.
Boy, that sure looked like a catch and a turn upfield. The football moved, didn't it? Well, but anyways, they're going to go for the field goal here on 4th down. Sanders, 47-yarder, looking for his 2nd of the night. And he's got it. 9-6 Raiders with 3:06 to go in the half.
If you're Josh McDaniels, Matt, you got to be pleased. You've had a bunch of young guys out there, a lot of rotation with your defense, and yet you've held the Dolphins with a lot of their starters, particularly early with Tua in that group to just 2 field goals. It's a pretty good showing so far from this Raider defense.
I agree with that. Now, what I'd like to see is from the second group of offensive linemen to get a little more time to the quarterback here in this series, this 3-minute mark, and let's see if he can come down and get a score. And it has to come from the time for the offensive line.
Yeah, matchup of new head coaches, 10 of them all told this year around the NFL. Raiders will see 4 of them almost in a row after the bye week, week 6. New coaches that the Raiders will face, including McDaniel here tonight. Then Hackett, of course, with the Broncos. Lovie Smith, former Raider Dennis Allen, and then Doug Peterson, who had the World Championship, winning a Super Bowl in Philly, now down in Jacksonville.
All with new teams. Coach Parcells used to say, always keep your eyes on the teams that have new coaches. They don't know the personnel as well, and that's what we'll find. We'll find somebody that they made a mistake on.
That could come into play right after the final cuts are made, and you have all those guys that other coaching staffs can pick up.
Yeah, and so don't forget, like, every team in the National Football League is looking at this Raiders roster. They see the same things that we're seeing. And so there's some kids who can play here, and there may not be enough spots for them. So there's a job out there someplace, because these guys are playing pretty darn well.
Mullens back at quarterback. Kenyon Drake will take the toss here. Tries to get off the right edge. Fedulum is there breaking through for the stop.
Bauer's got to get his face in there and get a little more push. He was soft on the line of scrimmage. You don't want to see anybody getting pushed back. It just takes away your run game.
They'll gain 2nd and 10. Raiders got the touchdown with a very impressive opening drive, and have been struggling to muster much since.
Right past him.
Ball popped out. Raiders were able to jump on it after the hit from Duke Riley.
Duke Riley ran inside out, and the guard, I don't know who it was, he just ran right past him.
I think it was Cotton, 67. Man.
You got to be able to look. Part of that inside there when you're on the run, you got to remember they did the counter OT earlier and he pulled it outside to miss his guy because he didn't see him. You got to get your eyes up.
The 2-minute warning.
Oh, thank you. We've come to the 2-minute warning in the second quarter, with the Raiders on top 9-6. You're watching Raiders football presented by Visit Las Vegas. Oh, good look at the Intercoastal this afternoon here in Miami.
Good look at Best Condo right there.
Yeah, look at that. Top floor.
Penthouse.
Got a 3rd down and 10 here for the Raiders. Mullens has the time, looking across the middle, incomplete. Had Johnson with some separation, but could not clear that last defender to get it over the top, and it's 4th down. Cater Kohu with the breakup. So a touchdown on the first scoring drive tonight for the Raiders, and the offense stymied since then. This is the 4th consecutive punt for A.J. Cole.
It's all in straight man coverage. Safety sitting on the inside. That's a nice job of switching off inside. Really nice job. And his role in it and how you play in that 2-gap front.
Communication, a big part of it, Matt. Josh McDaniels talked a little bit about that earlier today in our production meeting. Just it's a lot going on for these young players. It's not just knowing your job, but being able to communicate to the other 10 players out on the field with you.
Yeah.
Luke able to get to his feet and work his way over to the Raiders sideline.
They don't have many backers out there,
no.
So I don't know if Luke knows it, but he's not allowed to get hurt.
3 available tonight. 3 others will be available on opening day. Darian Butler will come on, the other rookie. out of Arizona State, where he was under the tutelage of Antonio Pierce, who is the new linebacker coach on the staff for the Raiders this year.
Got to generate some kind of pressure here.
Bridgewater can run the 2-minute offense here for the Dolphins to try and close out this first half. And the Dolphins start out well with Gesicki into Raider territory.
Still have some starters in there for the Dolphins, Gesicki being one of them.
16-yard pickup. Kick to the line. Under a minute and a half to go. Bridgewater tried to slant, and Phillips may have gotten a hand in there to break it up.
Still sitting in a 2 shell, though, which is what you probably expect right now.
Against a 4-man pressure. Bridgewater eludes. And incomplete. Intended for Myles Gaskin. Butler had the coverage.
Everybody had good coverage. He had nowhere to go. Bridgewater was looking down that left side first, and they took it away completely, and then he rolled to his right. More good coverage. So you can credit that secondary right there for the coverage on that, getting rid of the ball.
Butler from his days at Arizona State, 24 tackles for loss, 4 sacks. Chance for a 3rd down stop that would give the Raiders a chance to get the ball back. Timeout called by Las Vegas.
First, charge timeout, Las Vegas. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Miami so far 3 of 6 on 3rd downs. The Raiders want to talk about it.
Well, they had success on that 2nd down when they went to man, but they've had a couple hits in the backfield. A few times that helps when nobody blocks you, and then Sean Bowers does a nice job just getting rid of the blocking. Nice force of the fumble. All big plays, and then of course they had the Bolton safety, which was points on the board as well. So they played decent. Miami really hasn't had much offense. They have maybe 130 yards or so tops. Oh, there you go. 118.
Good look at Patrick Graham. He's done a nice job instilling his new system with these Raider defenders.
Looks like they're going to go in another man if you don't get a pick here someplace. Oh, yeah.
On 3rd and 10. Bridgewater airing it out. Goes over the top, and it's caught. Braylon Sanders has the 1st down. Behind Amik Robertson.
That's too bad, because he was in a good position. He didn't turn and find the ball until it was too late. He's got pretty good coverage. You watch him initially, and now he turns and he just lost track of the receiver, and just saw the acceleration there at the very end by Sanders.
1st and 10 into the red zone. Another stress point in training camp for the Raiders. Better red zone defense against giving up 6.
Nice tackle.
Good push and penetration.
Looked like Butler did a nice job. You saw that? Butler or Bolton, one of the two. Yeah, they saw that crease and they just took it. Came from the inside out the way you're supposed to.
Bolton making some plays tonight, Matt. Very instinctive. Comes downhill in a hurry with a purpose. I like that.
35 seconds to go. Big stick ball pops out. And the Raiders are able to scoop it up. Sam Webb.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. 3rd down.
That was Myles Gaskin.
Somebody got it out. Who was it? I didn't see
Sam Webb.
Yeah, he makes the hit
Webb.
and the recovery. Watch this. Well, I think that's a
That's
catch.
a fumble. That is a catch.
Boy, I think he takes a couple steps. If that's not a football move, I don't know what is.
I agree.
is under review.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fumble.
That's a big hit
hit
from Sam Webb, the rookie out of Missouri Western, a D2 guy.
And the officials shouldn't have blown the whistle. They should have let this thing play out.
Which would have been 6.
Touchdown.
That's what really, talk about that's what preseason is, not just for the players and the coaches, but the officials as well. They should have let that thing play out.
After review, the ruling on the field has been changed to completed pass, then a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Las Vegas.
So that's an unofficial 9 points tonight in the first half for the defense. Because they had the safety earlier.
Yeah, good hit. Nice job.
Great vision, too, just seeing it develop in front of you. He's got coverage on the outside. He's playing a 2 technique, and he comes right back to make the play on the inside.
Mullens. Quick hitter to Johnson. Nothing doing there. And that might be it. Big stop and a takeaway for the Raider defense. Deep in their own territory to deny the Dolphins a chance to tie it or take the lead. And it will be Las Vegas in front at the break, 9-6. The Zamir White 2-yard touchdown run and the safety for Curtis Bolton.
Of the second quarter.
Big hit there, a jarring hit for Sam Webb.
Well, Coach, you told us this morning it'd be important to get off to a fast start offensively. You did just that, 12 plays, 75 yards. You got to feel good about some of your younger players matching up against some of these starters from the Dolphins.
Yeah, I thought we came out ready to play. We had good energy. We fell behind the sticks on that drive, but we're able to convert a 4th down there that I thought was a big play in the drive. But that's the way we wanted to come out and play and try to get ahead and get some momentum early.
Defensively, Coach, I thought you did a nice job getting the ball back, especially like on the last play there with the fumble, so you were able to create some turnovers.
Yeah, we've made a big point of emphasis this week. We got to touch the ball more on defense. And I think there were some examples even where we didn't get it out, but we were trying to get it out. We're aware of the football. We want to try to create more opportunities for our defense to take it away. I think they've been very active, when the ball's been thrown. So hopefully we can create a couple more here in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Josh. We've come to the end of the first half tonight in Miami. The Raiders leading the Dolphins 9-6. Coming up at halftime, the best of Mic'd Up, featuring Raiders players and coaches. Welcome back to Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami with the Dolphins hosting the Raiders in the second week of the preseason. Well, throughout training camp, Raiders players and coaches were wired for sound. Here's a look at the best of Mic'd Up, brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm mic'd up too, I think.
I'm mic'd up today.
Hey, I'm mic'd up today.
Hey, I got the hot mic today.
Good?
Yep. Let's get it.
Mic check one more time.
Mic check.
Mic check.
The mic
1, 2, 1, 2. It's
We up there.
Up in Vegas. Bro, he got a tent.
He got a T living a life.
What's up, baby? We out here live and direct. Testing, 1, 2, 3. We good? Mic check.
I'm emptying the tank today.
Hey, Mom.
Let's go today now. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Back group up, back group up, back group up. We're red zone, probably headed in. Where we headed, Coach? Boom. Go, John. Go, John. Take it, John. Yeah, John. Yeah, John. Hey, you know I got to get a handstand. I'm mic'd up. Yeah, dude. Check this out.
All I hear is grunting and moaning.
You ever hear them both? Just let them have it. Ha ha.
I'm mic'd up, they won't let me out.
Oh, I can't wait to watch this route. Now we're over here. Yep, now we're ready. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on, come on.
Oh, yeah.
How you feeling?
Good, man.
You straight? I'm mic'd up, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, but you feeling good?
What you got to say about me?
Hey,
say something good about me.
Blue Tent. What about the Blue Tent? See him up there? We out here live and direct.
Live and direct.
First full pad of practice as a Raider.
Yes, sir.
As a Raider, dream come true.
Dream come true. Literally for me. I mean, you seen the baby pictures.
I saw the baby pictures. Hey, you see him?
Great yearbook.
You see him?
We got documentation right to finish for y'all think I'm lying out here. 170 in the foot.
They're like, me? Sure.
We go. Come off the ball, running through that outside shoulder. Water. Pass! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Hey, good tempo here, fellas.
Here we go.
Communicate now. Communicate.
What we just did was, like, I'm trying to get algebra. We just did calculus.
The more patient you are, the better, especially with people like me.
Way to compete. Way to compete. Love y'all, man. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Win.
It's a wrap.
Getting set for the kickoff to start the second half, and a 9-6 Raiders lead over the Dolphins.
On a 3-out triple by...
Good opening drive for the Raiders. They got their touchdown, Zamir White, a 2-yard run, and then the defense made some big plays, got a safety, and then also a forced fumble that should have resulted in 6 points the other way, but the quick whistle killed the play as we check out the first half stats. Again, most of the damage done early by that Raiders offense. Good sign, guys, just the one penalty.
Yeah, I think pretty good work in the first half. You mentioned the first drive, Beth, 12 plays, 75 yards. Struggled a little bit offensively after that. The offensive line, I didn't think, played as well. But I think there's a lot of good things defensively, Matt. You know, getting off the field on third down, of course, scoring, the safety, and holding them to 2 field goals in the first half.
Yeah, I think that was big, Rich, but I also think that offensive line is still a big work in progress. And they are moving them around, but there's a couple guys who've got to pick it up.
Second half of play, and then we head into the final week of game prep for New England, and more cuts will be made, 5 more on Tuesday. A couple of big scrimmages coming up against New England. Teddy Bridgewater back out there at quarterback to start this third quarter. Savon Ahmed with the carry. Zach Van Valkenburg, the rookie out of Iowa, making the tackle.
I think the one thing that's been encouraging, you've got 2 veteran quarterbacks, Tua Tagovailoa, Teddy Bridgewater, and the Raiders haven't given up a lot of explosive plays through the air.
Nice to see the return of Jonathan Hankins tonight to kind of shore up that middle.
I thought he played pretty good inside. Yep.
Plenty of Darian Butler and Luke Masterson, the 2 rookies.
Good coverage.
Good pass breakup. Ike Brown, second-year man out of FIU, coming back to his old turf.
Yeah, that's a nice job of getting his hand in there. Stayed with him all the way. Keep him where you want him. Stay right on your hip. You look when he looks. He did a great job.
He's a guy that played in the USFL last spring. Now getting an opportunity. And then look at the third down defense.
They're still playing. Looks like they're going to play in the zone. They're coming to.
Bridgewater, a wobbler, may have gotten his arm hit at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. And a good series to start this third quarter for the Raider D.
Good 3 and out.
May have been Tagovailoa Mosa. Let's see who got a paw in there.
Yeah, there it was. Yeah, who was that number?
Yep, it was Myron. Well done by the youngster from Notre Dame. Not a very good punt, so that should set the Raiders up here for the third quarterback of the evening, Chase Garbers, who looks like he will be the guy the rest of the night, the rookie out of Cal.
What a great opportunity, Beth. You know, it's unusual for an undrafted player like Chase Garbers to get a whole second half of football in the second preseason game. This is a great opportunity for the young signal caller.
Has appeared in both the Jacksonville and Minnesota games in the fourth quarter. Take us back to your rookie campaign, Rich, and what it was like, the sort of the expectations for a young guy coming into the league, may have a veteran or two in front of you.
There's a lot of nerves. I mean, just playing early. I mean, your heart rate's going so fast. I think the game's going so fast, Beth, just trying to get it to slow down. You know, your ability to process information. I can remember coming to the sidelines and the coach saying, well, in that third play, I'm like, what was the third play? I don't remember.
So they'll set him up with a quick hitter. Short went out to the flat, and Britton Brown, 7th-round pick out of UCLA, who will come on.
Garbers is in a really good room. We talked about the veteran presence in that room with the quarterbacks. You know, Derek Carr is a great teammate. He's a great quarterback, but he's willing to help the young players, and that's very beneficial for a place like for a player like Chase Garbers.
Nice little spin move by Brown back there.
The coaches talked about Derek being that leader who's the first guy to arrive, the last guy to leave. And I love the line about his attitude and his aptitude. As we know, Derek has been through a lot of different head coaches and offensive coordinators and quarterback coaches over the course of his career. Got to have that aptitude to pick things up quickly and also disseminate it to guys down the line like Garbers.
There's no question, and I think, you know, you're talking about a guy like Derek Carr that's got a high football IQ, Beth. He's been in a number of different systems, and like Josh talked about, it's his toughness, you know, and it's his ability to process information quickly and efficiently, be able to relay that information to the other players in the huddle. Derek's got a lot of tools in his toolbox.
Derek and a lot of the other offensive weapons back in Las Vegas watching tonight. Along with the likes of Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs.
I can't wait to watch this offense. I mean, it's going to be so much fun. You look at Devontae Adams. You mentioned, Beth, have a guy like Hunter Renfrow inside, healthy Darren Waller, which, you know, he missed 5 or 6 games last year. Josh Jacobs and what Derek Carr brings to the mix. What Derek did late in the season last year, losing his head coach, you know, losing a receiver, not having a tight end, he played some of his best football down the stretch when it mattered the most.
And in a season of uncertainty and new guys around the league at the quarterback position, to have the kind of continuity, 127 career starts for Derek in the silver and black.
Which is why, with all that skill set, that offensive line's got to get settled.
They've got to play better.
Yeah, because it would be nice to give him some time and to be able to get the ball and make a choice out there instead of having to just throw it up.
If he has time this year, he'll throw for 5,000 yards. Mark my words.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Carter's out of the pocket. He's got some green grass in front of him. And he'll scoot out of bounds with a first down for the Raiders.
I love quarterbacks that can use their legs to break down a defense. Good example of it there by the rookie quarterback. You can see him step up in the pocket.
Going to pick up 18 yards right here.
Yeah, this is a nice job seeing it and getting out. And he also understands self-preservation, because the linebacker Channing Tindall, he had the angle on him right there. He was on the hunt.
Get what you can to get out of bounds.
Exactly.
Austin Walter now at a tailback. To the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Chris Lacey out of Oklahoma State.
They were both fighting, so maybe that's why he didn't throw it. Lacey had his hand on the inside, and the defender had it on the outside. Watch this from inside out. See it? See, they're both fighting it right there.
Probably a good no call. You know, I will say this when you watch the Raiders, regardless of which quarterback has been in the game, the offense has looked comfortable. They've looked efficient. You know, they've looked orderly. And I think it speaks volumes about the job that this offensive staff has done getting these quarterbacks ready to play.
And now they're hunting touchdowns in the red zone. It was just a 50-50 proposition last year. That was 27th in the NFL.
Rich, you know, you just said something that just made a lot of sense to me. And it's an adjective you don't normally hear with offenses, but it's true. Orderly.
Yep.
That is a really that's a good point.
Yeah, they look organized. I mean,
right,
they get the plays in and out. You got Mick Lombardi calling plays. Now you get the plays coming in and out quickly. The quarterback's getting the information. Get up the line of scrimmage. They're making the protection calls. The ball's coming out quick. I think that says something about the job that they've done this spring getting this offense installed.
Agreed.
Garbers trying to keep the drive alive. Incomplete.
You saw that defender
Intended for
coming.
Horsted.
Yeah, he saw the defender coming from his left side, and he tried to push it a little bit more to the right, but another defender was there. He got tipped, but nice try, though.
Holding. Defense number 38.
Oh.
5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Yeah, the drive is alive, courtesy of Cater Kohu. Well, they won't have to settle for 3.
Let's see where his thing is at.
Kohu, number 38.
Right in the middle of your
Oh,
screen.
that's, yeah.
He has a chance here.
Oh, boy.
That was probably
to
option
Zuber.
number 4. We never saw it way to the left.
All right, so a second chance. Brown inside the 10. Still churning and hit at the 9 by John Jenkins.
It was a quarterback, I'd get that once in a while. Somebody would be watching at home or something. Hey, there was a guy that was wide open. I said, yeah, but he was number 4 in the progression.
Exactly.
And the other guy that was number 2 was open, and I threw it to him. Yeah, but the other guy was open. Yeah, well, I didn't see him. You know, I had like 5 guys that are like 300 pounds with their arms up running at me. I'm sorry, I didn't see them. Not easy sometimes.
Nope, it sure isn't.
Well, they really spread them out here. 4 receivers, empty set.
See if they don't try quarterback draw.
Second and goal. Garbers off the pump. And now the roll. Garbers inside the 5. Runs out around the 2.
Good patience by the young quarterback.
And smart. Yeah, it's a preseason game. You don't have to lower your shoulder. Just go ahead and run out of bounds. Got a flag here.
So Chase picks up 7 more there. He's had a couple of nice runs so far on the drive.
That may go against the Raiders.
Illegal formation. Offense number 89. He covered up the tight end. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
Good opportunity for Nick Lombardi to call plays here in the second half of the game. We've seen that before. Allows Josh McDaniels to kind of take a step back and evaluate everything that's going on, and also give his young assistant a chance to call some plays. Nick is a scouting assistant in New England, was with the 49ers, the Jets, before joining the Patriots in 2019 as receivers coach, eventually becoming the quarterbacks coach.
Wow, catch out of the backfield, wrapped up by Cameron Good, one of their draft picks this year at linebacker.
And last week when we had a chance to talk to Josh, one of the things that he said was, I said, second time around, what do you learn? And the first thing he said, you can't do it alone.
That's right.
Remember, it's a good lesson to learn. It's a hard lesson to learn because you want everything right? And you want to make sure you're on top of everything, and then pretty soon it just kind of gets away from you.
But you got to trust the people you hire, you know.
Exactly.
Hire good coaches, let them coach.
10th play of the drive on a 3rd and 15. Garbers with time and now trying to run through the pressure, and he's taken down by Ben Stille. 4th down.
A Nebraska guy, a rookie this last year. Watched him for those Cornhuskers.
Good double inside.
Actually, there's good time. It's just coverage. Good coverage. It's a coverage sack.
So Daniel Carlson will come on for the field goal attempt. .38 yards away for Daniel. And he's got it. So points on the board for all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams. At a 12-6 Raider lead over the Dolphins. Looking down from above through the open-air roof here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. At a 12-6 lead for Vegas. 11 plays, 6.5 minutes, resulting in the Carlson 37-yard field goal. Good news here for Las Vegas. Number 59, Luke Masterson, who was hurt in that first half, back out there alongside Darian Butler, the two linebackers. Defense will try and run it right up the middle with Ahmed. Neil Farrell, one of the guys in there, number 93, along with Matthew Butler, the two rookie draft picks. Farrell in the 4th round out of LSU, Butler in the 5th round out of Tennessee, as they try and shore up the middle of that defense.
Got some big bodies. They need to learn to play with good leverage, get their pad levels down. That's the biggest thing in all of training camp, is just getting your pad level down.
Bridgewater, play action, spins away from the pressure, throws downfield, and it's caught. And into Raider territory goes Eric Ezukama after breaking a tackle.
It always concerns you as a defensive coordinator when the quarterback spins out of the pocket and gets out on the edge, and you're forced to really hold on the back end. Bridgewater does a nice job making this throw going from his right to his left.
Deshaun Bauer made a nice play on the front end that forced him out of the pocket. Would like to have gotten a sack on that one, but he's been getting good pressure.
They pick up 26 yards. Back to the ground. Big hole up the middle for Ahmed. Bounces to the outside. And he's got another first down. So a couple of big chunk plays for the Dolphin offense.
Yeah, this on Zach Von Valkenburg. He just kind of runs around the block. You're going to watch him. Where is he? Number 54 on the outside. You're going to see he's going to come here and he's going to jump outside. And that creates the gap to the inside. He's got to hit it and he's got to get more squared up. He can't run around the block. He's got to stay square and then move back inside. They'll take that away.
The wind back got him.
Gained a dozen. Bowden is the motion man. He's the distraction. They'll run it again with Myles Gaskin.
Yes, so he made the tackle here, but you got to take that block on from inside, take your inside shoulder and just shove it through his throat. And then you stack that guy up, and then you give him nowhere to go.
Right through his throat, Beth. You got that? That's how defensive players talk. You know, I mean, we're a little more polished on offense, but you know, Matt, right through his throat. You know, I'm a little bit, a little less descriptive. You know what I mean? Matt, right through his throat. Stick your helmet right in there, right in his Adam's apple.
Exactly. Now you got it.
Take his breath away. I love Matt. That's just how Matt played. You know, he just go in there and stick his helmet right in somebody's throat.
Yeah. Of course, he can also jam all those Super Bowl rings right in your face, so it was effective.
Yeah.
Back in the day, right up to the present.
I wonder how many penalties Matt would get in a normal game nowadays.
Oh boy.
Huh?
Get it in there.
Bridgewater to the tight end. Hunter Long with the catch. That should be good for another first down.
A big challenge now for the Raiders defensively. You've got so many different bodies coming on and off the field. Rotations up front along the defensive line, at linebacker. Different guys playing on the edges. And so communication absolutely critical.
A lot of young guys out there right now together. Kendall Vickers in his 3rd year may actually be the oldest guy out there.
Good work going against Bridgewater as a veteran quarterback. He was a starter last year for the Broncos.
Cut back into the arms of Masterson.
Masterson does a nice job there. Fitting in the front where you have to. Essentially what you're trying to do, we talked about this yesterday, is you're building a wall. And everybody has a gap to take care of. And so when you start jumping around things and you get out of your gap, you create the hole in that wall. And you can't do that. So if everybody's playing together, it's all about discipline of scheme. If you can keep that, you're in good shape.
Bridgewater so far, 10 of 18, 119 yards. Looking at a 2nd and 7. He'll fake the pitch. Under some pressure, heat coming from Tagovailoa Mosu. Blew that play up. And it's 3rd down.
Raiders have done a really nice job, Matt, on the backside of these plays with both quarterbacks, really making sure that the quarterback can't get out on the edge. Nice job setting the edge and being disciplined with your eyes.
So that's just being deep as the deepest. That's what you always have to do regardless. That's to his cousin right there chasing him.
Almost ran out of letters.
He almost ran out of jersey.
Bad for the seamstress. Able to get all those letters on there.
Looking at a 3rd and 7, a work out of the gun. 5 Raiders coming at him. They try to throw it over the top into the end zone. Incomplete. Broken up in the back by Ike Brown. Intended for Braylon Sanders.
Braylon Sanders tried to turn right at the top of that route, and you're going to watch him. I think he kind of loses the ball.
Double move. Nice job on the recovery, though, man.
Yep, really nice. You see how he turned the backside? But it was a nice job by Ike Brown as well. Look when he looks.
Nice.
Got his hand in there and got it broken up.
And the offense going to stay out there here on 4th down. They will indeed.
The Dolphins have looked lethargic on offense. Some of that has to do with the way the Raiders have played with all their young players. We've got a lot of veteran players still out there, including Bridgewater.
Grown man right now.
4th and 7. 4 guys coming, and they get to him. Down he goes, and a sack for the Raider defense to take over on downs. Bauer and Tungavailoa wrapped him up.
Well, look, it all goes hand in hand. You've got to play great coverage on the back end, and you've got to be able to get pressure on the passer. The Raiders do that on the play before with great coverage by the corner, Ike Brown, and then you get great pressure up inside by Bauer.
How about what the receivers have been doing so far tonight?
Well, they've been showing up and they've been competing. You look at Johnson, 4 catches for 32 yards in the first half. He was terrific. I just think there's going to be some really tough decisions. Josh McDaniels has talked about the challenge of trying to figure out this running back room, but the wide receiver room right there as well. You look at Cole, the veteran, 3 catches for 44 yards, and he's looked very comfortable. You know, they've done a nice job winning the one-on-one battles. You look at that depth there. I mean, you've got some really good receivers. And, Matt, as you point out, some of these guys, they're not going to keep all of them. And the ones that don't make it here got a chance to land somewhere else.
Absolutely. I think this is a pretty deep group, and I think the rest of the league is watching this group.
Out of the I formation with a tight end in there at fullback, and they give us to Austin Walter. He had a touchdown in the Jacksonville game. 15 carries, 79 yards through the first couple of preseason matchups for Austin. Out of Rice. Extended time tonight, too, for Alex Leatherwood. He is still out there at right tackle, number 70 in white.
He needs reps. You just got to play. Good protection here.
Garbers underneath to Walter. Out to the 29. Porter Gustin had the coverage. Garbers on that last drive was 3 for 4. He also ran for 18 yards. Believe it or not, that is the longest run of the preseason for the Raiders. Not just a quarterback. The longest rush, 18 yards.
Garbers played a lot of football at Cal.
Since that first week game. Justin Hall now getting some time. He's slotted left. The wide receiver. Jesper Horsted also out there. Garbers throwing back shoulder for his tight end, and he's got it. First down across midfield.
That's a really nice throw. Back shoulder, like you said. Does a nice job of coming back to get that ball, too. Like Rich said, it's man coverage, right? And so you're going to try to get to the outside. You know where your defender's going to be. He's going to be on your inside hip. The quarterback knows that as well. That's just a nice throw. And that defender looked. He had a chance at it, but tight end does a nice job of going up and getting it.
A really nice throw. Give him a chance. I mean, if he throws that one in front of him, he probably doesn't make it. Nice job adjusting to the football in the air.
Third catch for the third-year man out of Princeton. Another deep ball. And forcing him out of bounds. Chris Lacey ran out of real estate. Elijah Hamilton there every step of the way.
Just watching this offensive line, Beth, the thing that I'm noticing is Parham's really, he's on the inside there, 66 at the center spot. Looks like he's doing pretty good, unless that's 65. I can't see it.
Gasu now.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job on the inside with his calls, number one, and number two, working with the guards. They're passing things off really well.
1:20 to go in the third. We'll take the break here. 12-6 Raiders. Raider Nation out in force tonight in Miami.
There's not a city in this league, Beth, that doesn't have the Raider Nation come out in force.
Everywhere we go. Enjoying the 12-6 advantage right now over Miami. 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Chase Garbers is 5 of 7 for 38 yards passing so far here in the quarter. The end around to Justin Hall. He'll get down around the 45-yard line.
Just another way to get the ball on the perimeter. Speed sweep with the receiver.
What do you got? Third and about 5 or 6 or something? 6.
Might be a situation, too, where Mick Lombardi's calling the plays here in the second half. Looked like it right there.
Well, they're spreading them out wide again. So you know you have inside leverage. See if they're bringing pressure again.
Garbers incomplete.
That took too long.
Yeah, between a couple of intended receivers.
A little bit of indecision there. Like Garbers, where to go with it versus man-to-man coverage.
Yeah.
So if you wait, you're late. Ball's got to come out on time.
Fourth down, and even with the short field, they'll bring the punter on. One of the focuses for the special teams was on their kick protection this week. Whether that's the field goal kicker or the punter, so Cole is out. Preston Williams back deep just in case inside the 10. Angled. There's that coffee point. Yeah, he's going to take it. Not going to get very far. Covered up by Butler. Darian on special teams. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter when we come back to Miami. Back here in Miami, final 30 seconds of this third quarter and a 12-6 Raiders lead. Offense has scored, defense has scored, special teams has scored tonight.
That's a trifecta last time I checked, Beth.
It is.
I think you can do that during the regular season. You want a lot of football games. Talked about creating some more negative plays, and let's see if they can get some pressure on the rookie Skylar Thompson, Kansas State.
7th-round pick for the Dolphins. Third quarterback of the night for Miami. Running to the left.
I know, Matt, you always felt like you get a new quarterback in there, you got to get to him early. You got to affect him, right? You got to get some hits on him.
So don't tell anybody. This is the old Raider rule, right? If the new guy doesn't have a dirty jersey after 4 plays, take the penalty.
That's right. But you do. I mean, you got to get around them, right? You got to find out what, do they have the moxie? Do they have the ability to sit under duress and make a big throw from the pocket?
We've come to the end of the third quarter. 12-6 Raiders. You're watching Raiders football presented by Coca-Cola. Gorgeous night in South Florida for the Raiders and the Dolphins. Fourth quarter. At a 12-6 Raider lead. Beth Mullens, Rich Gannon, Matt Millen with you tonight.
Look like they're in man coverage across the board.
I'd like to see that, Matt, in the preseason. I want to find out who can play man-to-man. Hold on.
And they did.
Thompson looking over the top, and it's caught.
That's a heck of a catch, but that coverage was excellent. I think it went right through his hands.
Right through Chris Jones.
Yeah. Because he was right there on top. Nice throw, though.
He was in position, just never was able to turn around and locate the ball, Matt, until it's too late.
Yeah.
33 yards to Eric Ezukama.
Close.
Yep.
That's the longest play of the evening. And just across midfield. Thompson. Plenty of time. Catch is made close to the 40 for Preston Williams. Chris Jones with the coverage.
You got to get some pressure on him. You can't let him sit back there. They'll get a little comfortable. Don't like a comfortable quarterback.
It's dangerous.
Tell me.
That should likely change with Max Crosby and Chandler Jones coming off the edge during the regular season. You got some incredible pass rushing duos now around the AFC West. Not to mention some high scoring offensive attacks in the division this year. You're going to have to score some points to hang with the likes of the Chiefs and the Chargers and the Broncos.
Division with quarterbacks? That's unbelievable.
They're all Pro Bowl caliber players. I mean, look at them.
There you go.
17 combined Pro Bowls. You look at Carr, Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Russell Wilson. Two of them have already won Super Bowls. So, I mean, we've talked about this, guys. If you're a defensive coordinator in the AFC West, good luck. Good luck. Good luck getting some sleep this year. Patrick Graham, he knows what he's up against. You have to. We talked about it, Matt. Disrupting these quarterbacks. You need pass rushers and cover corners in the AFC West.
Absolutely.
Thompson on a rollout, coming back as Williams, and a missed tackle down inside the 30.
Nice job by that receiver.
Raiders, by the way, will see all 3 divisional foes before the Week 6 bye, including Denver at home.
First of all, Preston Williams comes back to the ball, and then he just kind of refuses to go down there. Good job on the spin move to pick up a couple more yards. I think Bolton's played a pretty good game here today.
We had the safety in the first half. Zaquandre White, a rookie out of South Carolina, now in the running back. Thompson so far 3 of 3, 52 yards. So a lot of that due to the fact the Raiders have not really been able to get up in his grill. Timeout called here. We will take the timeout as well. More preseason football still to come here from Miami. It's time for our thrilling moment brought to you by Yamava. How about the Sea of Hands back in the playoffs in 1974, Dolphins and Raiders. Kenny Stabler to Clarence Davis.
Oh, seeding.
28-26. Raiders. That snapped the Dolphins streak of 3 consecutive Super Bowl appearances. Raiders would, not too long after that, reach the Super Bowl themselves and win it with John Madden at the helm. First of 3 for the Raiders.
Oh, good coverage.
Thompson to Lynn Bowden. That's good for a first down. Pick up the pace here.
I'm going to hit the ground.
Well, they're going to bring this back, possibly.
That's why the Dolphins were trying to jump the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that receiver caught the ball cleanly.
It didn't look like it was. Nope.
After discussion, it's been determined it's an incomplete pass.
Hit him in a bad spot, Matt, right in the hands and the chest.
Exactly.
Got to make that catch. I'm always amazed that they don't make the catch, but in their mind, yeah, it was. I made it.
The game clock
They act like they made. They act like they made the call. He's acting like he's surprised.
11.
It wasn't a catch.
Thank you.
So Masterson, who's been wearing that green dot throughout the preseason. Coaches love his maturity at that spot.
He's getting to play a lot. These are valuable reps for a young player. Look how he's communicating with everyone.
That's what he should do. That's good to see in the young player, so he gets it right. He probably has done it before.
My apologies for the confusion on the field. We need to set the chains again. It'll be 3rd and 1 yard line. The The game clock is 11:59, and we will go on the snap.
So I think what he said there was a 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Not at the 1-yard line. He'll be back at the 27.
This is 4-down territory. They run the ball here and they don't get it. They're gonna go for it again. They're not gonna kick a field goal in this situation. This is 4-down territory for the Dolphins in a preseason game.
Play action from Thompson. Tagovailoa Mosa almost got there in time, and Williams has the catch for the first down.
They had an opportunity to be able to get him. You're going to see this right here. And he just, that little movement at the end, he's able to get it to Preston Williams, and of course Masterson takes him down. But right there, that was tough. Tagovailoa had a chance. He lost his feet, yeah.
They'll move the chains, 1st and 10. Thompson handed off. White dances down inside the 20, so back into the red zone here for Miami. Looking for their first touchdown of the day. Couple of long field goals.
That was a pretty good bit of running right there. Butler did a really nice job of jumping back under that guard to be able to take that thing away. And that running back did a good job of readjusting on the fly.
Foul right over the center here. Play action, another good push by Tagovailoa Mosa, and over the top, dropped it right into White, who bounds into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Yards on the score, and an extra point away from the lead.
Good throw by the quarterback. He just lofts this one out there.
Had his time, had a lot of time to be able to make that throw. That's what we got to be able to get some pressure on him.
Some guys getting tired, Matt. You got a 10-play drive there.
Yep.
Start to run out of gas.
Sanders for the lead, and he's got it. So the Dolphins with their first touchdown of the night. 10:27 to go in the 4th. They go 86 yards in just over 5 minutes for the score. 13-12, Miami with the lead over Las Vegas. 10:27 to go in the 4th. It's time for the Rookie Spotlight, brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. But Darian Butler.
Darian Butler has been all over the field. He's done a nice job in coverage. He's done a nice job, making plays in the backfield. This is probably his best. You see how he just stalked him inside out, kept his leverage when his opportunity came to take it. That's a sign of a good linebacker. I think he's coming along really well. You see a lot in special teams. You're seeing him involved in the run game quite a bit and in the pass game. So for just a rookie, I think he's been pretty active. He and Masterson, I think, are coming along really well.
Talk us through reading keys and training eyes. That's what the coaches were talking about with Butler and Masterson.
Well, it's Antonio Pierce right there. He's sitting right next to him, and that's what they're going over. And so when you start talking about eye discipline inside, it's getting them on the right people and then believing your eyes. And when you start to believe your eyes, that's when you become a good player. Same thing as a quarterback. It's the exact same thing. There's no difference. Sometimes guys get lost, so you got to key off of two people, and then the ball snapped and your eyes, they go other places. So you have to have the discipline of that to be able to handle it.
Back to work for Garbers, now trying to work out of the deficit here. Both Stidham and Nick Mullens getting reps in the first half. Garber's 5 for 8 so far, 38 yards through the air. He's also got an 18-yard run. Another 2 tight end set with Britton Brown in the backfield.
a shot play.
Herbert stepping up, tucks, runs with it. Lot of room across midfield and the slide down at the 45-yard line.
This is what you get when you have man-to-man coverage. You've got a bunch of defenders with their backs and their eyes turned to the quarterback, and you're going to see everyone's matched up in man-to-man coverage. And he does a nice job stepping up in the pocket. And then once he does, there's this huge gaping hole. And you look at the defenders, they all have their back turned to the quarterback. It's just a good alert play by the young quarterback.
A 30-yard romp for every Raiders first down at Allegiant Stadium this year. America First Credit Union will be donating $100 to the Raider Foundation. Britton Brown, elusive. Close to another first down. Jordan Meredith with a nice block up front for him.
I thought Meredith played pretty good last week. He did a couple of nice things.
Second-year man out of Western Kentucky.
I don't think there's anything that irritates the linebacker more, Matt, when you're playing great man-to-man defense and some quarterbacks run all over the yard, right?
Absolutely. Drives you nuts. Of course, I was never in great coverage, so it didn't matter.
I was going to say.
So hard to defend against when you've got a quarterback this kind of athletic enough. They could make a few plays each game with his legs.
You were that guy.
Yeah.
It helps.
It drives you crazy.
It does. It helps. You know, you got a 3rd and 5. You know, it really discourages a defensive coordinator from playing a lot of man-to-man coverage in those situations. You're worried. You're always worried when you play man-to-man, especially you play 2 deep man-to-man, where you really open up the middle of the field for a quarterback that can run.
And if you have to account for him, you lose a rusher.
Raiders on the verge of getting over the century mark on the ground. 96 yards. They're averaging 5 yards per carry. And that'll do it. 10 more for Britton Brown, and the Raiders are churning it out on the ground here this drive. 3rd first down.
Just a nice job of everybody getting on a man. Britton Brown. So if it's the holes there, take it. That's exactly what he did, and he hit it fast.
Good movement up front at the point of attack. You're seeing some doubles. You're seeing them come down. You see the kick-out blocks.
Jackson Barton, Bam Olaseni, Jordan Meredith, Alex Barrs out there.
See some of the linemen getting up on the second level, getting some hats on those linebackers.
Jonas Grasso in there at center again.
Keep running it.
Short drop for Cardinals. Underneath, breaking tackles is DJ Turner down inside the 10.
Yeah, I think that guy, he's got to be on your team. I just think this guy's a good player.
Picks up 17 there.
He's got a real feel and a knack for the passing game as well. And just watch under control. And this is what I like, man. He's hard tackle. It's a hard guy to get on the ground.
210 pounds. He's got good balance. He's a stocky guy. I'd start using him out of the backfield a little bit. I think he has that kind of ability and feel.
First and goal from the 8, 2 tight end set. Barbers hands it off. Brown. Remember, Britton had the fumble late in the Minnesota game, so you know he's on his mind trying to make amends.
Way to jinx him. You're nice.
No, making amends.
He's holding it high and tight, Beth. As you said that.
5 points of contact, baby.
That's it.
I like the fact, and maybe I'm reading into this, but Josh giving him a chance to carry the mail here. On second down, they'll swing it to him, try and get him to the outside. Down to the 4, so 3rd down and goal.
That was a good decision, and it was quick. It was a fast decision. You saw the outside was taken. He had one choice and one choice only. That was to stick the foot and good straight and go right downhill, and that's exactly what he did.
This would potentially be good Mac Hollins territory in the regular season, the 6'4 receiver. They'll run out Jesper Horsted at 6'3. He's having a good night tonight.
We're going to take a timeout here.
Play clock is down to 5.
Bunch everybody up on the other side. Put Devontae Adams one-on-one on the top.
There you go. Can he get here from Vegas?
Charge timeout, Las Vegas.
You're going to see a lot of it, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
30-second.
I'm anxious to see really Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. You know, they just pick up where they left off in college. And, you know, Devontae Adams, you talk about you want to be better in the red zone, go out and get the best receiver in that part of the field. Look at the top 100 players. We've got 4 of them. Derek has had some great years. You look at his numbers last year. Over 4,800 yards and 68% completion percentage. And he loses his head coach and his play caller early in the season. And Henry Ruggs. And Darren Waller for 5 or 6 weeks. And look at Chandler Jones, 107.5 career sacks. Max Crosby's really going to benefit from the addition of Chandler Jones. And, of course, we need Darren Waller to stay healthy. You look at his production in 19 and 20. And then last year with the injury, not quite the numbers we've become accustomed to.
The top 50 will start getting announced tomorrow. That's where you can probably find Devontae Adams. So here we go, 3rd and goal. Garbers looking right. Trying to make something happen, and he gets hammered, and down he goes. Owen Carney. And it's 4th down.
That's on the young quarterback. At some point, you got to get rid of the football. Yeah. You know, if you're an offensive lineman, I don't know what to tell you.
There's not much you can do there.
This is a good pocket, though. He's got a nice pocket up in front to step up into. Matt, look, there's some good doubles across the board.
Yeah.
He's taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hitches. The ball's got to come out.
Ball has to come out, but there's nowhere to go. So you're inside, and, you know, it's a tough place to defend down there, right? I mean, to run a route, because everything's so crowded. It's shortened. You just jump your coverage. They did a nice job in the coverage and got the sack.
4th sack for Miami. Here's a 31-yard field goal attempt. Carlson. Good. And that puts the Raiders back on top. 4:38 to play in a 15-13 Las Vegas lead. A touchdown and a field goal, and they have the 15-13 lead, and we'll turn to the defense to try and lock this up. 4:38 to play.
You know, a lot of the players we've been talking about tonight on both sides of the ball, guys like Darian Butler and DJ Turner are covering this kick. You want to make this football team, you got to be able to be a good special teams contributor as well.
Tuesday, 5 more cuts. The roster reduction will continue, and then a couple of big scrimmages on Tuesday and Wednesday with New England, leading into that last preseason game Friday night back at Allegiant Stadium.
Those organized scrimmages are so important. I've got a great chance to visit with Josh McDaniels this morning, so it's really a chance to measure ourselves against someone else. You get tired if you're Colton Miller going against Chandler Jones all day, you know what I mean? And so it's great. You get a lot of one-on-ones. You get a really good opportunity to evaluate your roster in a controlled environment. The quarterbacks aren't getting hit. The receivers are running across the middle of the field. They're not getting knocked out. So it's a really good way to work with a team that you're going to see a couple days later.
They'll play New England in the regular season this year, as well as Jacksonville.
That's a nice way to start.
Miscue on the snap.
Thompson was getting into his cadence, and the ball came back.
Not only that, but it wasn't even a good snap.
Oof.
Blown away.
Michael Dieter in there at center. So a loss of 8 pushes them back to the 17-yard line. White offset in the backfield with Skylar Thompson. 4-man pressure coming. Thompson, that could be trouble. And it's caught just over the outreached arm of Sam Webb, who looked like he had a shot at it.
He was sinking. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. Ignore the guy underneath. You got to get depth, okay? So where is he? He's right over here. Yeah. So you're gonna watch his drop. He's gonna do where he has to go. Now, disregard this player. You got to get depth. And he tried to, and he just missed it.
Gain of 23 and a first down. Thompson goes the other way. Got a completion to Ezukama again. Fighting for extra yardage inside the 40. Couple of big plays back to back. That one's 25 yards.
The Raiders have done a really nice job up to this point. You get up 2 explosives in the passing game, the seam route right down the middle of the field, man.
Yeah, so it's when you're just playing in that zone, then you're not. So I prefer more of a man concept in your zone. That's a heck of a throw and catch, though. Up nice and high where it's tough. Butler's, what, maybe 5'10", so he had no shot.
A couple of pass plays of over 20 yards here from Miami. Another miscue on the exchange there. Thompson able to land on it.
Quarterback in the center not on the same page. It's 2 now.
Dieter from Wisconsin, and he's a proven commodity. It's kind of surprising for me.
Clock continuing to run.
Sometimes the balls get slick. You know, you come down here in this heat and humidity, and everybody's sweating on the football, and you can see the perspiration come off these players. And sometimes as a quarterback, you got to get them to change their pants or get a towel just to make sure that their hands aren't wet, and you can cleanly snap the football.
Screen. Good open field work by the Raiders. Bryce Cosby. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 13.
Here's where you need a big play.
Here's where you need some pressure. You got to get some pressure because they haven't really been manning up much at all.
This is the 2-minute warning.
A lot of 4-man rushes, Matt. Yep. Maybe a good opportunity to come with an all-out right here.
2-minute warning in the 4th quarter. 15-13 Raiders. You're watching Raiders football, presented by Cox. No, good finish coming up. 2-minute warning and a 2-point game. The Raiders on top of the Dolphins. Miami into Las Vegas turf. Look for Eric Ezukama. He's got 5 catches, over 100 yards for the Dolphins.
They're manned up outside.
And there he is again with the catch on the slant in front of Sam Webb.
That's 4th, and so you're going to have to make a choice. You're going to kick a field goal or go for the first here. And it looks like you're going to go for the first. It would be about a 45-yard or 46-yard.
Here's another look at it. They prevent him from getting the first down yardage. It's 4th and 2.
Las Vegas.
And there will be a timeout.
This will be a 30-second timeout. Will the game clock operator please reset the game clock to 1:39, please? 1:39.
They hold him to a field goal here, and you get the ball back with a minute and a half, and you still have an opportunity, Matt, to drive down the field and kick your own field goal. That's exactly what Josh McDaniels is talking about.
Here's some key dates to remember. The roster reduction down 5 more on Tuesday. Then the joint practices will start. And then next Friday night, the last preseason game with New England before the final cutdown on August 30th. So here are the Dolphins for the lead, a 46-yard attempt. He's already hit from 46 and 47. Sanders on the way.
Ooh,
and he hit the upright, no good. Raiders stay in front, 1:34 to go.
Dolphins get all 3 timeouts, but it won't matter.
Well, you don't think these preseason games are important? Just look at the reaction from the head coach, Josh McDaniels. Good snap, good hold, just tugged it left, Matt. Looks like one of your forwards.
I don't even know what that is.
And it wouldn't go that far anyways. Well, look at the reaction too from the Raider players. They're loving it.
So you work hard. Look, I think you're trying to develop a culture and an environment, and winning is important. I don't care if it's preseason; it doesn't matter. You want to win. Every time you go out there and put that Raider uniform on, you want to win. Ooh, good looking run.
He's bounced to the outside for Britton Brown. Getting the extra yardage and working that clock. Channing Tindall brought him down.
Bad defense by the Dolphins, man. Can't allow this to happen.
Yeah.
Just watch this. You're going to just it's an inside run, and nobody sets the edge. Nobody out here sets the edge, and he's just going to bounce it outside. Bam. Look at this. No one there. I mean, you just can't allow that to happen. That's bad defense. Good looking run, though.
Even more Raider running back depth on display. 36 yards, guys.
Good awareness, staying in bounds, protecting the football and going down.
You know what I like? DJ Turner blocking him like that.
Is that great?
Longest run of the night for Las Vegas, and it might be taking meat time right here.
You got to be pleased. A good week of practice, good opportunity to get a win and come back to Vegas and get a chance to scrimmage the Patriots for a couple days. I know this team is looking forward to the opportunity.
Rich, I'm impressed. I'm impressed in the short time with Josh and how he's handled this team and how he's with the staff. And I like the way this team's playing.
I don't think this gentleman right there gets enough credit for being one of the best play callers in football. I mean, you look at the job that he did with Tom Brady, but look at the job he did last year with Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, he really built a plan. He built game plans and a system of football around what the quarterback does well. I think we're going to see much of the same this year with a veteran quarterback that's been to some Pro Bowls with Derek Carr.
All three phases score. They rush for 146. They pass for 145. And they get the win over Miami 15-13.
Still needs some work in the offensive line.
Yeah.
Plenty to get cleaned up. And that's, you go back and you watch the film and you look at mistakes. But I think there's a lot of good individual efforts out there, man. And I love the intensity. He played really well. Really well. He made a lot of tackles, had the sack and safety in the end zone.
Here was the second half for Chase Garbers. Played both the third and the fourth quarters.
He made some good throws. He showed he has the ability to pull it down and use his legs. But he made some good decisions. Gave the receivers a chance to make some plays. He held the ball a couple times, but man, just very instinctive player, man. It's got a good head on his shoulders, and I think given the right situation, here's a young player that needs lots of reps.
Right, exactly. I thought he acquitted himself very well.
What are you guys intrigued about now with the scrimmages coming up and then the game against the Patriots?
Well, for me, it's just what I just said. We got to get that offensive line straightened out. It has to be able to everybody get on the same page. Because now you have one more game and then you're into the regular season. So that's where everything really matters.
The Patriots are coming off of a week this week of practice against Carolina. There was a few fights out there, so I said to Coach, we're going to have Matt on the sideline just in case it gets a little spirited. We get Matt Millen in the middle there. He'll keep it under control, Matt. Oh yeah.
You know what I said this morning? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
We're going to have Lincoln Kennedy down there. We'll have Matt. Look at this. Good work. How about time of possession?
Right there, just 2 penalties as well.
That, to me, continues to be impressive. I mean, you look at
discipline.
Yeah, you look at the time of possession. You look at the discipline, the way they're able to run the football. I think they're getting better. Matt's talked about it a lot here the first couple weeks. Getting off of blocks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. And there's some good things that are going on there. I'm encouraged watching this team. I think Josh McDaniels done a really nice job so far.
Some good, healthy competition, which I think is going to make for some really tough decisions with this coaching staff when you get down to the final 53.
Touchdown run for Zamir White, the safety for Curtis Bolton, the field goal from Daniel Carlson. Everybody getting involved. Raider Nation on the road, and a dub in South Florida for Matt Millen. Rich Gannon, I'm Beck Mullens. We will see you next Friday night for the preseason finale. New England, Las Vegas, coming your way.